Last time, so did anybody implemented the dashboard on the home page or a reports on the home page? The homework which I have given last time. Is anybody able to implement it? Right, did anybody implemented this dashboard? If you guys are already implemented, I'll not cover. Someone needs to answer. Is anybody implemented dashboard or not on the home page? The assignment which I have given to implement a dashboard or put a dashboard onto the home page, home tab. Am I audible? Okay, do you guys want to see how to do this or you guys will be doing it? How to add a reports on the home page, right? How to create a dashboard. Will you guys doing this or do you want me to explain it? Okay, fine. So on the home page, in case if you wanted to add a dashboard, the dashboard will be displayed like this. But in case if you wanted to add a reports, what you can do is click on this. Why it is not showing? Let me go to the service console. Service. Right, this is the service. And let's click on the edit page. If I click on the edit page, so here, try reports, report chart. So you will be able to see here report chart, which is a graphical. Just drag it onto the wherever you wanted to place it. And once you place, just specify what is your report name. So there are so many reports are there. Summary of own opportunity, right? So if you wanted to see how many are own opportunity, and in case if you wanted to add any filter by, in case if you wanted to add any filter by, you can add it. And if you wanted to add a label name, you can add the label name. So, but the report names has to be here. So summary of all accounts. If you wanted to see the summary of all accounts, this is the chart. So click on it, save. So this is how you will be creating adding the reports onto the home page. Adding the reports onto the home page. So click on the save, activation. close. Let's go back. Now it is displaying the report. But in case if you want a dashboard, for example, I have implemented a dashboard. Now it is like a tab, my sales dashboard. This is the my sales dashboard. It is displaying as a tab. All of them are displaying as a tab. In case if you wanted to implement this tab, so what you need to do is you need to go to the setup, search for a Lightning App Manager. Search for Lightning App Builder, which I have already provided here. So Lightning App Builder, and click on the new button where we have to create an app page. So Lightning App Builder, click on a new. Now here I'm selecting the app page, click on the next. Let's say first dashboard. Click on next, and here select the one region. So whatever the single one is there, just select the single one. Click on done. Now once the single one is implemented, now you can add the dashboard here. So here we have a dashboard. Just add the dashboard. So these all dashboards it will be displayed. And here, which are the dashboard you wanted to add? Right now we have only one dashboard. So it is displaying the one dashboard. In case if you wanted to hide on the error or you wanted to display anything, so this is hide on error. If an error prevents the dashboard. So while loading the dashboard, in case if there is any error, now if you wanted to see that error, if you do not want to see that error, then hide this. So maximum height, you can specify any maximum height. So if you want to set the compatibility visibility, that means if you wanted to only few members should be seeing it. So only few users should be seeing it. So wherever the user name or user is active. So if the user is active equal to true, only active user should be able to see. Only active user should be able to see. So that kind of a filter you can put it and click on save. Save, activate. First dashboard, click on save. Now here it says activate for all the users, activate only for system admin. It's up to you how you wanted to activate it. And then lightning experience. In the lightning experience, if you wanted to see any lightning experience like a home dashboard or a lightning bolt or a queue management, if you want anything, you can add it. So this is basically the first dashboard activation. Let me add here, let's say I wanted to add it to the page home dashboard. So here it is there, add a page, it is showing that home, first dashboard, account, iframe, VF page. So in the lightning experience, after the home, it is going to display the first dashboard and then home, then the iframe, then the VF page. Mobile navigation, if you wanted to add a mobile navigation, in the mobile navigation also we can see first dashboard. First dashboard is here. If you wanted to make it on top, you can bring it out to the top. Click on save. Now once it is done, let's go here, refresh. View all. So it's a first. Let me refresh. First dashboard, click on this first dashboard. it will display the first dashboard. So this is how it is displayed. Now, if you wanted to see the data, click on these view reports. So this is the view reports. Then what I can do is no data, try to refresh the dashboard. So here click on this refresh. Now it is displaying the data. Then this is how you can add it onto the tab. Now the next one, these are the reports which are provided by the Salesforce. Now if I go to the report, and I can create a report that are provided by clicking on the report type. So here new report, and I can select the report type. I can choose the existing one. But in case if I wanted to create a custom report, how can I create it? That means custom report type I wanted to create. These are the standard report types. So whatever is coming here, the category is standard. The category is standard. All of these are standard report types. But for example, if I wanted to create a custom report type, how can I create a custom report type? Now let's go to the setup. In the setup, search for here report. Search for report. Now you can see that report types. Click on these report types. In these report types, you can create a custom report type. That means there are few report types which are already available, but I want a different way of creating the report. So for that, I need to create a report type. Now click on this, continue. It is just giving the information like three objects I can combine. A, B, C. This is assume that A is the account. This is the account object. This is the opportunity object. This is a contact object. I wanted to combine all these three. So either I can take a different, what is the common records, like wherever the A is having a B and C, all of them are having the combined information. Those data I wanted to take it and display into the report. So click on the next button, continue. Now custom report type, let's say here, new custom report type. Now this custom report type, the first step is, there are two steps are available. First step, I need to define the report type. So primary object, what is the primary object? Let's say primary object is account. Primary object is account. What is the report type label? Let's say that account with opportunity and let's say contact. Account with opportunity and the contact. Now store the category. What is the category? Is it a category of account and contacts or the opportunity, which are the one you wanted? You can take it. Let's take opportunities. Now click on the next button. Let's enter the description. Account with opportunity and contacts. So let's say this is a deployed. Click on the next. Now it is asking that primary object is account. Now click to related object. Now here related object I can take opportunity. That means here there are two options are available. Account is the primary object. A is the account. So here A is the account, B is the opportunity. B is the opportunity. Now each A record, that means each account record must have at least one related B record. That means show me only the records wherever the account is associated to the opportunity. Wherever the account is associated to the opportunity, only those record display. Or else a record can have an opportunity, cannot have an opportunity display all the records. Let's say that I wanted to find out only the wherever the account is having the opportunity details, only those accounts I wanted to display. Similarly, I can add another object which is called, let's say, I wanted to add products. Let's take a products here. Now, here I wanted to know account is associated to the opportunity. Also, opportunity is associated to the product. That means here it is a link. The highest link is account. The primary object is account. These two are first show me the account wherever the opportunity is linked. And second one is show me the opportunities. Show me the opportunities wherever the product is linked. Each B record must have at least a related C record. So I can combine all these three. I can combine all these three. Now let's go ahead and let's go to the previous. Now here instead of a contract, I'll say product. Now click on next. Now account, opportunity, product. Now click on it, save. Now my custom report type is created. Custom report type is created. So account with opportunity and product. Right, object relationship is account A is the primary, A is linked to the opportunity, B is linked to the product. So we are seeing the data wherever the common one are there. So in the account, we have a 66 fields are there, right? In the opportunity, 43 fields are there. In product, 15 are there. Now, in case if you wanted to modify, click on this edit layout. Or else if you wanted to preview, so click on this preview layout. So it will display all this layout. So this is the all the fields which are available. Now let's click on edit layout. Now in this layout, I do not need all the account information. I do not need all the account information. For example, fax details, I do not need it. Take out. Right? Fax details, I do not need it. Now let's say here, if I double click on this, it is showing me this option, fax. Now I wanted to edit this, click on this edit button. Now click on OK. Let's say website I wanted to take out. The website is gone. Now year started. I do not need a year started. Now I have removed the year started. Now upsell opportunity. Maybe I need a upsell opportunity. And shipping details. I do not need this shipping. Shipping zip, I do not need it. Let's move on, click on next. Let's say this DUS number is, I do not need it. Your records, it is not going out. So let's see later. Now, next one is the opportunity fields. In the opportunity fields, now account name is not available. If I wanted to place the account, here it is. And let's say that I wanted to remove the as line item. I have to remove the has line item. And similarly, I wanted to remove the private. So private, where is the private here? This is the private. Now let's move on to the private. Like this, you can remove what are the fields you do not want it, you can take out, and what are the fields you want, you can add the information. Right, so similarly, I do not want the male competitor. So here it is, male competitor. And last activity. So I do not need last activity. So that is for the opportunity field. Similarly for the product. So product, I wanted to add an opportunity because that is needed. So I have added the opportunity. I need all the information almost here. Now click on save. So this is how you can adjust what are the fields you wanted. Now we have created the report type. Now let's go ahead here, click on refresh. Reports, click on all. Now I wanted to go for a custom. Now all the custom one will be bottom. Again, let's click on refresh. All the report types. Now I need an account with opportunity and product. So this is the custom one. Click on this, start report type. Now here, let's go to the filter. Instead of my account, I wanted to see all the accounts. Click on apply. And then the created date is instead of created date, instead of current quarter, I'm selecting the all the time. Now let's refresh this. Now here is the details. This is the account and the opportunity name. And then I can select the product name. Now here, let's click on, this is the account. Now this is the opportunity. Then we have a product. In the product, let's say product, I wanted to add date. I wanted to add the date and then let's say quantity, and quantity line item. Now, what is the sales price? And what is the total price? Perfect. So this is everything I have. If I click on run button, now I have the account details. Account is associated to the opportunity. Opportunity is associated to the product. So these are the product information. So like this, you can combine at least 3 objects and you can create it. At least 3 objects you can create it. So how do we create it? A report type, click on continue. And here it is a new custom report type. Now, which are the object you selected? The parent object, you can select any parent object. Let's say here parent object is, let's take account only. Now here, example, report type. Now this is the example. And category, you can select anything. For example, here, it's a, let's say price book, products and assist. Click on next. Now you can add a second object, which is a anything you can add it. Let's say orders, and then you can add a one more object here, order products. And if you want one more, you can add it. Let's say here order product feed. So this is 4 maximum. You can add a 4. Maximum, you can add a 4 objects. You can combine 4 objects and you can display. So more than that 4, you cannot add it. So like that, you can combine all of them and create a one report, which is possible in Salesforce. It's like I'm combining the multiple objects. Any questions? Now, there is something called duplicate rules. We have a duplicate rules are available. These duplicate rules are by default, it is provided by the Salesforce. By default, it is provided by the Salesforce. These duplicate rules are in case if I am creating the any same record, I have a record which says that it has a account, first name, last name, email. All of them are same. If I create a same record, it will try to identify the matching record. It will try to identify the matching record. So here it is standard account matching rule. Now let's say here if I click on this matching rule says that account record. Now account standard activity. For example, if you wanted to create your own matching activity. Now let's say I'm creating the new record. Let's say I'm creating it for the lead. Click on next. Now let's say rule name is lead matching. And here field, I'll say that we have a few fields, which is a first name, exact match, last name, exact match. And then we have an email, exact match. If these 3 are matching, then that means it is a matching criteria. So this is matching rule. Now I'll activate this matching. So we are activating this matching criteria. So once this is activated, now I'll go to the duplicate rules. I'll create a new rule. Click on the lead. On the lead, I'll say lead duplicate rule. Now enforce the sharing rules, bypass the sharing rules. Either you wanted to enforce it. That means the matching rule compares only the record that the user has access to. Which are the records that they have access to? Only those records it will try to identify if there is any duplicate. Now the bypass is nothing but the matching rule compares all the records irrespective of whether the user is having access or not. Everything it is going to cross verify. Everything it is going to cross verify and then it is going to check. So let's say that bypass sharing rules. Now I do not want to restrict any sharing rules here. Allow on creation, allow on edit, allow to text, compare with leads. Matching rule is a standard lead matching rule or a lead matching. Now, which one do you wanted to go for it? Matching rule. The one which we have created is lead matching. The one which we have created is lead matching, where it is a first name equal to exact match, lead last name is exact match, lead email is exact match. Standard is nothing but the one which is already Salesforce is providing it. Now I'll say here lead, this is a matching. Condition, the condition is I'm going to verify whenever the lead status equal to, whenever the lead status is equal to working. Whenever the lead status is working, that time fire this duplicate rule. That time fire this duplicate rule. Now click on activated. Duplicate rule is nothing but it is going to find out while creating the record if there are any duplicates are there. While creating the record, if there are any duplicates are there, it will try to find out. Now let's say here sales. Click on sales. Now let's go to the lead. In the lead, I have a detail section. Now let's change the lead status equal to, this is working, contacted, click on save. Now I'm going to create an exact record, clone of this, right? Exact record, I'm creating it. First name is Sai and second last name is Pallavi and the email is Samskar IT. 3 are same. Now lead status is working. Click on is save. What it is saying that this record looks like an existing record. Make sure to check the any potential duplicate records before. View duplicates. View duplicates. That means I have a duplicate rule which is enabled for matching is wherever the first name, last name, email is matching and the lead status is working and contacted, then the duplicate rule is going to fire. Now if I change this duplicate lead status, open, not contact, click on save. It will save it. It will not allow because the first criteria in the duplicate rule is only it will do wherever the condition is working status equal to working contacted. Status equal to working contacted. Only those records. Now here if I try to change the status, open not contacted, working contacted, click on save. It is allowing me to save. Only during the creation of record, it will give me the error. Only during the creation of the record, it will give me the record. While updating, it will not give. While updating, it will not give. So allow on create, action on edit. That's about the duplicate rule. Now click on edit. Now if you wanted to show on the edit also alert on the edit, click on this alert report, click on save. Now click on this edit. Let's see whether it is giving or not. It's not giving. But that's about the duplicate rule. In case if you wanted to avoid duplicate records in the system, in case if you wanted to avoid duplicate records inside the system, what you can do is you can create a duplicate rule. First, you need to create a matching rule. Activate that matching rule. Call this matching rule inside the duplicate. Call this matching rule inside the duplicate rule. Now, in case if there is any error, you can see all the errors here, duplicate errors. All the errors, if it is happening through the automation, the leads are created through the automation. That means from the third party system, the leads are created. That time if there are any duplicate errors are happening on. So all the errors you can see here in the duplicate error log. Clear? That's about the duplicate error. Now, for example, if you wanted to deactivate the matching rule, so first you need to deactivate this duplicate rule, deactivate it, then go to the matching rule, then open this, deactivate it. Now the matching rule is deactivated. Now in case if you wanted to modify here conditions, you can add as many as. It is similar to the filter logic. It is similar to the how many we can add it in normal filter. How many we can add it? Maximum 10 we can add it conditions here. And the filter logic you can apply 1 or 2 or 3, whatever the logic, normal mathematical logic is there. Any other questions on entire admin? That is a deployment part. That is a different part of it. In admin, any other questions? No questions in entire admin. Okay, so we'll move on to the certification part of it. Again, one more time. Any questions on entire admin? My domain is not required right now. My domain was 3 years back or 2 years back. When we were switching to the Lightning, that time my domain is required. Right now, my domain is already Salesforce is taking care of it. Already Salesforce is taking care of it. You need not to do anything about the my domain. So if you click on here, my domain, Salesforce is already doing it. Whenever the org is created, that time Salesforce is already creating the my domain. Right now, it is not required. 2 years back, it was 2 years or 3 years back, it was required, but right now it is not required. Everything is available here. Okay. Okay. So let's move on. Admin certification. Now, who all are planning for the admin certification? Anybody? There is a plan, or if you guys want to start it or want to do the admin certification. Okay. Any other? Okay. Okay. So whoever is planning for, okay. Key points is it's a whatever we have discussed so far, those all are, because we cannot say this is a, if I say this particular one is a key point, during the interview, you might say that they might ask you the different one, right? I cannot specifically say any key points. It's depending on the interviewer, what they are going to ask. Or it's a everything, whatever we have discussed in the admin, those are the mandatory. At least somewhere it is going to be used. Okay. So whoever is planning for a certification, now a couple of key points, like let me first understand. First of all, okay, we have done with the admin classes. So that means we should know what is what is admin. Basically, who is Salesforce admin? In real time, who is Salesforce admin? Whatever so far you have understood, who is Salesforce admin? Who do you think they are the Salesforce admin? Configurations in the Salesforce org. So basically, Salesforce administrators are go by their names in the real time. Salesforce administrators are go by their names. Like we call them as a productivity or a powerhouse. Salesforce administrators are the powerhouse. Or sometimes in the real time, we call it Salesforce administrators as a CRM rock stars. So in real time, we call them Salesforce administrators as a CRM rock stars because they are everything in the Salesforce admin part, everything they will be taking care of it. And also sometimes we call them as a Salesforce superheroes. Salesforce superheroes. So that means they are the Salesforce advisors for the client. So whenever the client is having any issue, so Salesforce admin is the one, Salesforce administrator, who is going to advise the client. Because that's the reason clients saving person. So whatever the client is having problem or issues or they wanted to sort out some different scenarios. So that time, they will reach out to the CRM rock stars, and they are the one who are going to help the client. So they are the front page to the client. So Salesforce administrators are stays between the business and technology. That means they are the person who are staying between the business and the development. When I say technology, it's a development. Now they are the one very important for the client, Salesforce administrator, right? So they are very important. They should be knowing everything what is happening in the Salesforce admin, and they should know what is released latestly, everything they should be knowing it. Now, in this case, if they are the important person, then what administrator can do? What administrators does it? So Salesforce administrator can work on their own or as part of a team to streamline the process. As part of the, sometimes administrator work on their own with the client, or else they work with the team. Development team, could be a development team, could be a client team, different teams they are working on it in order to streamline the process. That means in order to make it the Salesforce is working as a front-end user, it is working everything perfectly. And Salesforce administrator has to learn all of the latest features that are released by the Salesforce. So whatever the releases are coming up, Salesforce administrator should be up to date. They should be the up to date. So they are up to date. So here we have a user setup and security. Few of them are, they need to know user setup and the security. And few of them, they need to know standard and custom objects. And few of them, you need to know the data management. And they have to also know the reports and dashboard. They should know reports and dashboard. User setup and security, that is very important for the Salesforce administrator. They should be knowing it. And standard object, custom object, all the fields, whatever the configurations are there behind this standard object, custom object, everything they should be knowing it. And the data management, all the data management related, they should be knowing it. And the reports and dashboards. And the reports and dashboard, they should know. They should know. Now, whoever is planning for the certification, one request for everybody. Do not follow the dump, or which is, I can say, brain dump. It is a brain dump. So because if you are following the dumps, or if you are sticked with the dumps, basically you are indirectly cheating, or you are doing some kind of a copying or a cheating, that kind of a things will be. Or else it is like once you have started with the dumps, for example, you have started with the dumps in the Salesforce admin in order to take the Salesforce admin. After that, we have a few more certification like a PD1, PD2, JavaScript, like there's so many certifications are there. So when you start with admin by reading the dumps, definitely when you go for a PD1, you also look for a dump. Right? Is there any dumps are available for PD1? So it is like you are taking a drugs or a short-term benefit addiction. This is called as like you are used to that dumps. That because of that dumps you have passed. So for next certification also you are planning for the same. So that time you will not get any dumps. So what will do? So that will you have to definitely go and read the different trailhead or different ways. You need to do that. So that's the reason, do not follow the dumps. I know there are many places the dumps are available, but Salesforce suggested do not go with the dumps. Okay, so because when you follow the dumps, what will happen is you just follow what is the question and what is the answer. You will remember the answer. So because of that, what will happen? There is a knowledge gap will be happen. So it is difficult for more certification. You will not be able to do more certification. because basic knowledge itself you do not have, you just follow the terms and you have passed out. So take a challenge to clear the either interview or if it is a certification, take a challenge of that. Because whatever the interview they are asking the question, most of the questions are, it is like a scenario based questions. And those scenario based questions, you can get it in the certification. Those scenario based questions, you can get it in the certification. If you manage to track one, then you cannot keep it up to the duty. That means you need to keep on doing the dumps, doing the certifications. So not only one certification, there are so many certifications are there in Salesforce. If you wanted to grow in the career, you have to keep on doing the certification at every level. So beginning of your career, you have to do the admin and the PD one. Then once you join the company, after 1 year or 1.5 years, you need to start doing the PD2 or JavaScript. You have the levels to do the certifications. Right. So, and whenever you do the certification, very important thing is that every certification, once you does the certification, and whenever the Salesforce release that certification, whenever Salesforce releases the new release, that time along with the release, they also release the maintenance exams. That means once you are done with the certification exam is a main. Certification exam is a main. Now, once after you written the certification exam, for example, you have passed out. You have passed, you got the above 80%. Above 80%, you have got it. After the certification exam, you need to keep monitoring whether your certification is active or not. Whether your certification is active or not. So the reason is whenever the Salesforce releases whether it is a winter or a summer or whether it is a spring, whatever the release is there, every release they are going to release the maintenance. There is a maintenance exam which is linked to this certification. There is a maintenance exam which is linked to the certification. Now, where can you identify whether my certification is active or not? If you go to the Salesforce, now let's say here we wanted to go with. So you need to connect the trial head link. You need to connect the trial head link. Connect the trial head link. So click on this sign up. Once you have connected the trial head link, there is a maintenance update is there on July 22. So they are going to update something in the trial basis. Now, if you click on this profile, go to the profile. In the profile, you will be able to see all the certifications that you have done. Whatever the certifications you have done, you can be able to view. So click on here, show more. So if it is active, then here the symbol it shows active. Here the symbol it shows active. Now that means your certification is active. Your certification is active. In case if it is not active or it is expecting to do the maintenance, then here it is going to show different option, maintenance due date. Maintenance due date. So every release, every release you need to complete some maintenance exams which are related to this particular certification. For example, if I go to the Salesforce Certification Administration, Salesforce Certification Administration. Now, if you go to get the exam guide. Now, here you can know all your exam guide, but all the maintenance will be available here. So if you search maintenance, certification maintenance, if you search it, you will find Spring 23, Admin Certification Maintenance. Winter 23, Salesforce Architect Certification Maintenance. Spring 22, Administrator Certification. So whenever there is a Salesforce release is happening, along with the release, there are maintenance certifications which are released in the trailhead. So you need to complete those maintenance exam. If you complete those maintenance exam, then only your certifications will be active. If you do not do the maintenance exams, then it will wait for a certain period. For every release, there is a certain period will be there. Now you need to complete the certification by this end of July or by end of August. So Salesforce is going to provide those. Now, if you go to the maintain your Salesforce certification, in this maintain your Salesforce certification, then let's assume that here it is going to give you the due date. So here it is a due date. So by when you should complete this certification. Otherwise, your certification will expire. Whatever your exam certification is there, that is also will expire. So for now, this is the Spring 23 Admin Certification. I need to complete it by April 5th, 2024. That is a Spring 23. If it is a Summer 22, I need to complete it by August 18, 2023. If it is a Winter 23, by December 8, we should be completing it. If you have crossed this date, you will be losing your certification. Do not neglect on this maintenance certification, because it's whenever you are writing the main exam, you are paying lot of money. Just because of this maintenance exam. Do not lose your whatever the certifications you have. Right? So always monitor your maintenance exam. Whenever the Salesforce release is there, definitely there is a maintenance will be released in the trailhead. So always follow the certification maintenance and make sure you always cross check whether your certification is active or not. If suddenly it goes on deactivate, it is so difficult to rewrite the exam. Right? So that's the reason, do not neglect on the maintenance certification. Now, in case if you wanted to practice the administrator before going for main certification exam, I wanted to do the practice. Definitely, I'll not follow the terms, but I need to practice it somewhere where it is freely available. Yes, there are some few of them which are available. You can do the practice test in the trailhead. In the trailhead, you can do the practice test. Practice tests are available. Now, if you go to the trailhead, let's say this is the administrator. In this administrator, if you wanted to practice it, prepare the certification exam. This is the preparing for it. Let's say I'm clicking on this, study for the administrator certification exam. It will go to the administrator certification exam. Right? If you wanted to practice it. Now click here, prepare your Salesforce certification. Now it will go to the preparing the certification exam. Now this is the trial mix. If you do all of this, you will be able to, you are almost there to complete the trial head. So you need to review on this. So each one of them you have to check in the certification administration. So here is the exam guide, how the exam will be. Now the exam will be happening. Now about the Salesforce Administrator exam and the program. Right, audience description, sales certification, certified administrator, purpose of this exam guide, about this exam, recommended to the training or references, exam outline, exam candidate, conduct of the code of conduct, maintain your certifications. So entire description they have given, but this entirely whatever we are discussing, this is everything is available in the trial head. Everything is available in the trial head. So basically the exam covers everything that is available in the Salesforce, features, functionalities, end user functionality, configuration, management options available, administrator across the sales service, and what are the clouds we have, everything it will be gets covered. And anybody, whoever is interested, they can write the maintenance this exam. Right, purpose of this exam guide is, now if you wanted to score it more than 65%, because the pass mark score is 65%. Pass mark score is 65%. If you score it above 65%, then you will be passed in the exam. You will be passed in the exam. And there are content is, there are 60 multiple choice and or multiple select questions and 5 non-scored questions. 5 non-scored questions. Now we will see this how to answer this. And there is a time allocated for in the exam. You have a 105 minutes, which is 1 hour 45 minutes or something, right? So there are some questions will be there. So 60 multiple questions or multiple select. So you have a 105 minutes in the exam. So passing score is 65% and registration fee is $200. Registration fee is $200. Now, if you convert your $200 into the India, how much it will be? How much in the $200? So when you convert into the $200 to the Indian rupees, it will be, you will have it. The 16,525. 1,06,525. So which is a registration fee, $200. If you have not passed, then you wanted to retake the exam, then you need to pay $100. Retake, if you have not passed at the first attempt, and if you wanted to retake the exam, then you need to again pay the $100. Again pay the $100. And the delivery option is proceed with the exam delivered on-site at testing center, or you can do it in the online. Either you can do the exam by going to the testing centers. There are testing centers are available. You can do it in the testing centers, or else in the online also you can do it. Right. So no, whenever you are taking the exam, do not carry any hard copy or any online material. Do not search on anything online during the exam, because whenever if you are doing the exam online, you have to switch on your camera. You have to switch on your camera, and sometimes they might ask you your surroundings, like you are holding a pen, paper, book, or any references book. They might ask you to show you your surroundings. And you should have a clarity in the camera, the lighting, everything should be, clarity should be there. Otherwise, they will reject on that. And prerequisites, no required, course, attend, high recommendation, nothing is required. Now, in case if you are going for a offline, like you are going for some place to write an exam, right? You are going for a testing center. There is a centers who are available in the Hyderabad, Amirpet also. You can go to directly the center and you can write the exam, or else online you can take it. If you are going for a testing center, you should not copy any hard copy or nothing should be there with you. If you are doing online, make sure that you should have a proper clarity on the camera. And if they ask you to show you anything surrounding you, you should have to show them. And whenever you are doing the exam, nobody should be there in the room. Because in the camera, if they see that second person, immediately they will disconnect. Immediately they will disconnect or disqualify. So in case if you are doing the exam, make sure you lock your room and you are the only person should be there in the room. Right, so that is about the preparation. Now, if you wanted to go for a test, so click on this practice test. When you click on this practice test, this is the screen that gets available. This is the screen you will see. So from here, you can see the admin practice test. Now, I'll talk about that. Now, whenever you are doing the test, focus on the whatever you are doing it. Either you have to, for practicing it, either you need to focus on trial head, you need to focus on the force. There is a force.com is separately available, but they are paying it. They are paying for the certification. So it's up to you. If you wanted to pay and do for it, then go for it. So there is a, but force is the one which we have to pay. And also Salesforce Ben is also available, but Salesforce Ben is also for exam, you can take it without any paying it. And there are few mock tests which are available. And we are also going to conduct the mock test for the Salesforce certifications. Salesforce certification, we are going to conduct the mock test every day. Every day in the sense every Sunday or every Saturday. I'll discuss with the institute members, but after this session, we will be going to conduct the certification exam preparation or how to write a mock test. So basically, we'll have a mock test for the certifications. Now here, this is the first screen which is available, which talks about is if you wanted to practice the test, there are two options are available. One is timed, another one is untimed. Now, if you want to select the timed, now basically before going to the timed one, there are 30 questions in the practice test. There are 30 questions in the practice test. If you say timed one, you have to complete this 30 questions in 30 minutes. That means every question is a 1 minute. Within the 1 minute, you need to answer. You need to answer within 1 minute. If you say on time, then there is a no time. You can take whatever the time is there. So here you have a choice. So you have a 30 questions. Practice test have a 30 questions. You need to answer within the 30 minutes. If you do not answer within 30 minutes, it will be timed out. So you can select either time. If you go for a untimed, there is no time limit. There is no time limit. So you have a choice to take the test with or without time limit. With or without time limit. You can take anything. So initially, I would suggest take it without time. Then once you are keen to that, then you can go for it within time. Right? So whenever we are taking the exam, what are the questions that we will see? What are the questions we will see in during the certification? What are the questions do we see in the certification? So it will be divided topic wise. It will be divided in topic wise. So that means initially they might ask you related to the standard and custom object. They might ask you the app exchange. They might ask you the security and access. And they might ask you the workflows and process automation. And they might ask you the service and support application, data management related questions, activity management and collaboration questions, user setup questions, desktop and mobile administrator questions, organization setup questions, analytics, reports and dashboard related questions, sales and marketing application. So you will see any of these questions. So entire your questions will be divided into these topics. Entire your questions will be divided into those topics. And let me show you the section level scoring. So you will have a standard and custom objects 100%. If you are receiving the 6 questions, out of 6 questions, if you answer 6, then you will receive a 100%. The percentage, it will be calculated as a percentage. right? So if it is a app exchange, if you have answered everything, then it is 100%. Security and access level. For example, there are 6 questions related to the security. Out of 6 questions, you answered only 4 questions. 4 are the correct answers. That means it will go to the 77%. Now, when you go for a workflows and process automation, out of 100, it is 80%. Out of 100, 80%. So service and support application, 75%. Data management, 83%. Activity management and collaboration, 100%. User setup, 100%. Desktop and mobile administrator, 100%. Organization setup, 100%. Analytics reports dashboard, 100%. And then finally, we have sales and marketing, 75%. Now, this is at the each section level. But by combining this, you should receive total marks is above 65%. If you receive above 65%, combining all this, then you are passed. In practice test, you have to receive 85%. Above 85%, you need to receive the pass marks in practice test. Now, whatever this practice test is there, right? So we have clicked on this trial health administrator, this one. So here, whether you go for a timed one, untimed one, so whatever it might be, if you receive more than 85% pass marks, then only you are passed. Otherwise, it will ask you to prepare for a certification exam. Now, these are the section level scoring. Now, the next one is what type of a questions I should receive and how can I answer. This is also help you in the interviews. So type of questions that received in the admin certification is scenario based. That means it will ask you few scenarios. It will give you the scenarios. Final solution has to be optimized to be used as a, like you need to think very clearly what is that scenario, and because most of the times in the scenario only there will be a answer. So final, you need to finalize a solution optimized to be used based on the available declarative tools on Salesforce platform. So whatever the available in the Salesforce platform, you need to identify those platforms and read the scenario based question at least twice or thrice, more than 3 times also it is fine. Read it, understand it, then you can answer it. So that is the scenario based. Second one is knowledge based questions. So knowledge based questions are, you need to think, outline the correct tool. You need to think on very clarity. You need to have a very clarity on the knowledge base, because those are the confusion questions. Knowledge based questions are confusing questions. So you need to get a clarity on that question and then capture whatever the capabilities that you needed in order to identify which one is the right answer, which one is the wrong answer. You need to identify that, read the question and answer, again read the answers, match the answers with the questions, then you will be able to identify the correct one. Now, whenever you receive a scenario-based or knowledge-based questions, what is the best way to, in the short time, how can I answer these questions? In short time, how can I answer these questions? Now, whenever you are answering these questions, whether it is a scenario-based or a knowledge-based, there are multiple ways to answer. The first one is eliminate the wrong answer. First of all, eliminate the wrong answer. Forget about the right answer. Eliminate the wrong answer. That means remove completely incorrect answer. You know the scenario, you have read the questions, right? Inside the questions, in case if you are not able to identify which one is the right one, first of all, rather than choosing the correct answer, start identifying which one is the completely I can take out. That means I can delete that incorrect answer. I can delete incorrect answer. So eliminate that first. Then if you have a 4 choice are there, out of 4 choice, if it is difficult to find out between 3 or between 4, then what you do is first eliminate the wrong answer from that, because eliminating the wrong answer is easy rather than identifying the right choice. Or else you need to find out the matching keyword. You need to find out the matching keyword. Here it is, matching keyword. When I say matching keyword, now when you read the question, whether it is a scenario based or whether it is a knowledge based, so there is some answer which is matching with the question. There are few keywords which are matching with the questions. Try to identify out of 4 which word it says which is related to the somewhat related or a matching it or somewhat near to it. If you see any keyword, try to identify those keywords in those answers. And then finally, you can do the best option. Sometimes it is, you know the answers. So that time, if you know the best option, select the best options when you have a multiple correct answers. When you have a multiple correct answers, choose the best option. Sometimes though you know the elimination, though you know the matching, still there are 2, A and C are still the correct answers. A and C are correct answers, but they are asking us to select only one answer. But as per this, I have eliminated one, I have matching found it. So after doing all this, A and C are matching. Now between the A and C, I need to find out the best option. Now that is up to your knowledge. You need to find out the best option between the A and C. So this is how you need to tackle the, whether it is a scenario based or a knowledge based questions in the certification exam. You need to find out this. You need to sort out this all, then finally find the best option. Now, let's see few answers here. Now, you will receive a questions like this. Now, when I say here, the questions, these questions is starting only, it is getting confused here. The reason is starting, they will be mentioning somebody's name here. Somebody's name here. So when you, as soon as you see Ursa, you are gone. Because I know the word of Ursa. I don't know the word of nature. I don't know the word of the solar. So when you don't know this, so this is how the Salesforce makes the tricks, right? As soon as we see some keywords, initially only when I see the few keywords, like here it is a Ursa majors solar, right? Whenever I see this, I'll forget about whatever I have learned it. So in the certification, whatever the initial names are there, do not read or do not focus on those. Now, if you do not understand this, let's think on, keep it as a different name. Take it as a different name. Like for example, instead of taking the Ursa major solar, so just think as a solar is the user. Solar, use the user. Solar, this user uses the validation rule. The person is using the validation rule. What are two of the fields when they are using the validation rule fields? When they are using the validation rule fields, what are 2 of the fields? Now they are asking us to choose the 2 options. They are asking especially validation rule fields. Validation rule fields, whenever they are using it, whenever they are using the validation rule, that means whenever they are implementing the validation rule, what are the 2 fields that we needed? Now let me take out the incorrect answers. In the validation rule, I do not have a owner. I do not have the activation date. Activate dates are not available in the validation rule. Now they are asking us to choose the 2 options. Maybe this one, error message, is the one field on the validation rule, and also error condition formula validation rule. So these two are the correct answers. Let's see. Right. So those are the two answers which are correct, because the question here it says that when they are using the validation rule, fields, when I am implementing the validation, what are the fields that are available inside the validation rule? What are the major fields that I needed? Choose two of them. Owner, definitely I don't specify any owner there. Active date, definitely I do not specify any active date. So definitely it must be error message and error condition. Now let's see the second one. Now second one you need to answer here. What two valid assign options should an administrator use to configure case assignment rule? Now they are talking about the case assignment rule. So case assignment rule is nothing but, what is the case assignment rule? Whenever the case is created, immediately that should be assigned to the either a queue or either a owner. It should be assigned either a queue or either a owner or either a user. It should be assigned. When I say owner, it should be assigned to the user. Right? That is the case of assignment rule. Now what they are asking here, what two valid assign options? What two valid assign options should an administrator use to configure? That means, what are the two things which is very important for the administrator? So for example, I am administrator. Okay, I am creating the assignment rule, configuring the assignment rule. Right? When I am creating the assignment rule, what are the two valid assign options do I need it? What are the two valid assignee options? That means assignee options is nothing but whom should I assign it? Whom should I need to assign it? Definitely the wrong elimination is no case T. There is no case T. Now out of these three, what is the right option? The right option is, what is the right option for others? I remove the wrong elimination. One case team, definitely it is not a case team. Right, it is A and B. I'll assign to the queue or I'll assign to the user. Right, so let's see the next one. Now again here it is saying that Ursa major solar. Now let's say that solar is the person. Now this person is adding a objects to the custom report type. Adding a objects to a custom report type. How many objects maximum can be added to the customer report? How many objects can be added to the custom report type? Now we just discussed starting of the session. The person is adding a objects to the custom report. In order to create a custom report, I need to go to the setup. In the setup, I can go to the custom report type. If I search the report type, there is a custom report type. There are two screens are available. In the first screen, I need to specify the report name and report what are the objects. In the second step, I need to specify what are the objects are there. So they are asking that how many objects can I add it onto the custom report? Maximum how many I can add it? I need not to eliminate it. So what is the answer? Answer is D. There are 4 as long as the objects have the association. That means whenever there is a relation is available, I can add 4 objects I can add it, but it needs to be having relation. Right. So the next one is, after a recent restructure of its sales department. Now, They are talking about here the sales department. Sales department. Okay. Now, after that, they are talking about this person. Assume that this person is a solar. This person is having an issue with a record being omitted in the new opportunity record. New opportunity record. That means after a recent restructure of its sales department, they have done the restructure of the sales department. When they have done the restructure of the department, the person is having an issue. What is the issue this person is having? Records being omitted in the new opportunity report. That means he cannot see few records on the opportunity report. Which three questions should be the administrator asked to research the issue? Now, what are the three questions that we will ask? Administrator, can you research it? Whenever the client is having this, they cannot see few records in the opportunity. When they do not be able to see the opportunity, what usually client, this is the client, solar client will ask the admin to research it. Have the owner of the record been frozen? Did I inform the admin to asking the question, have the owner of the record been frozen? Frozen is not related to the report. Frozen is not related to the report. So definitely this is a wrong answer. So I'm eliminating this. Now let's see, rest we have a 4 options. Are records currently being shared with the sales manager? Maybe this is the one. Or I don't know. Do the records the sales manager accept to do the records the sales manager accept to see match the filter criteria? Okay. Do owners of all the records have roles and the correct territory assignment? Okay. Did the sales manager start from the copy or a clone of the existing report? Okay. So which one do you guys think on this the answer? Out of these 4, we have to choose the 3 answers. What question will be asked to administrator? What question asked to administrator? Will they ask, are the records currently being shared with the sales manager? Or they will ask, do the records the sales manager accept to see the matching of the filter criteria? Or the client will ask the admin, do owners of all the records have the roles and correct territory assignment? Or will they ask, did the sales manager start from copying or clone of the existing report? Okay. If you are not clear about the question answers, now the next one, which one I can eliminate? Which one I can eliminate? If I wanted to eliminate out of these 4, which one I need to eliminate? Why should I need to eliminate that? Okay. Why should I eliminate the E? Right. So if I clone the existing object, if I clone the existing report, if the existing report is viewed by the user and there is no issue with the existing report, if they clone also, they should not be having any issue with this. Right, that is one thing. And why should I eliminate C? Why should I eliminate C? Usha, why should I eliminate C? So in the C, it is asking about, now if you observe the C here, It is asking about record the sales manager expect to see the match the filter criteria. Where is this filter criteria? Definitely this filter criteria on the report. Definitely this filter criteria is on the report, right? So now this must be the answer. The elimination is the E. If I eliminate A and E, I got the options. Let's see the correct options. A is the right option, B, C. B, C, D. These are the correct options. These are the correct options. Now let's go to the next one. Now again it is starting with Ursa Major Solar. Okay, this person needs to ensure the compliance with the Platinum Service Level Agreement. Okay, they are talking about the service level agreement. They are talking about service level agreement. Now, in this service level agreement, therefore, the cases that says in the tier 2 is a queue for a longer than 4 hours must be reassigned to the tier 3. Must be reassigned to the tier 3. Which Salesforce feature should be used to fulfill this requirement? Okay, so the question here is, this is the client. This client need to ensure the compliance with the Platinum Service Level Agreement. So in order to maintain that service level agreement, SLA, in order to maintain the SLA, and what this person is doing is, if any of the case stays in one queue, okay, there is a second queue is there. If the case is staying here in the queue more than 4 hours, then it should be automatically reassigned to the third queue. It should be assigned to the third queue. Now that means, now let me eliminate. So what is asking Salesforce feature should be used to fulfill. So they are asking which Salesforce feature do I need to use it in order to fulfill this requirement. Not the case comment, that is for definitely sure. Case escalation rules, auto response rules, case assignment rules. Now, I have eliminated the one. One is definitely case comments is definitely no. Now I need to choose the one of them. Now out of this, which one do you guys think? Case escalation rule or a auto response rule or case assignment rule? Okay, so few members are saying the B, few members are saying the D. Now, why do you think D? Why do you think D? Case assignment rule. Why do you think D is the right answer? Right. When the case assignment rule gets executed, whenever the case is created, during the creation of case, the assignment is getting applied. But here what we are doing it, case is already created. Now I am converting this case to the another queue. I am moving the owner from here to another owner. So when I am updating the owner here, I am doing the reassignment, right? I am doing the reassignment of only the owner, only the owner. That means here the assignment rules are getting updated or getting filed only during the creation of the record, not during the assignment of the owner. Now, when this assignment will happen, whenever there is a 4 hours, more than 4 hours, that means it needs to be escalated. It needs to be escalated and then it should be moved to the queue. So definitely it should be not the case assignment, not the case assignment. Because in the case assignment, you cannot say that this is case assignment or what will happen when is the case is created. Upon creating the case, send an email. Send an email, that is the case assignment rule. Now, if you wanted to change the owner after the 4 hours, then here is the condition you will apply in the escalation. You will apply the condition in the escalation rule. So the right answer is escalation rule. Now, the next one is, now I have a system administrator. Okay, we are talking about the system administrator. Creates a workflow rule. Okay, this is talking about the workflow rule that assigns a task to a support manager. Okay, from the workflow, we are creating a task and we are assigning to the support manager rule. When a case is escalated, okay, when the case is escalated, we are assigning a task to the support manager. The case owner is complaining about being assigned this task. What should system administrator do to correct this issue? Okay, so what is happening here is system administrator is created a workflow rule. That means admin is created a workflow rule to assign the task to the support manager rule. So this is admin configuration. This is admin configuration. Now, once this configuration is done in the real time, what is happening whenever the case is escalated, the case owner is complaining about assigning this task. So, whenever there is a case is escalated, every time the case is escalated, there is a task is assigned to the person because it is available. So, what should system administrator do to correct this issue? Change the workflow rule to assign the task based on the profile, or remove the workflow and use the report instead, or add a field update to the workflow to also change the owner. Make sure there is only one user in the room. Make sure there is only one user room. So one I can eliminate it, add a field to update a workflow and also change the owner. Remove the owner and use the report field, report instant. So this is a eliminated one because we do not talk about here report. I want here the person because whenever the workflow is created, whenever we are creating a task, we should make sure that whenever I say here Salesforce manager role, Salesforce manager role is nothing but it is a group. It is a group. Now in this group, we can choose the persons who are available, only that person should be received. But here what is happened is admin has done some mistake. Because of that, every time whenever the case is created or whenever the case is escalated, the case owner is by default, they are receiving, whoever it might be, they are receiving the task. Now one elimination that I have removed it. Now I need to choose the correct answer. Now what system admin? Now what should I do it? What admin should do? Out of these three, A, C, D, we need to choose the one right option. Which one is the right option? Okay, why do we eliminate D? Okay. So right answer is C. Why it is C? Now let's see. So change the workflow to assign task being on the profile. Can I assign it to the profile? Whenever we are assigning a task, can I choose the profile? We cannot choose the profile. This is also eliminated. This is two of them are eliminated. Now between C and D, which one is the right? Add a field, update to the workflow to also change the owner. Now, can I add the owner field in the workflow? Can I add the owner field in the workflow? Whenever we are creating the workflow, can I specify the owner? Because I don't know who is the owner. This case is might be assigning to the owner. Today, this is the owner. Tomorrow, one more person joined the company, and that is the owner actually. This case, this person is no more owner. Now, if I select this person is the owner here, tomorrow one more person is joined here. Or first of all, can I make a changes to the owner? Can I update a owner in the workflow? Can I add a field to update a owner in the workflow? Can I add an owner in the workflow? Whenever we are creating a owner, whenever we are selecting a field update, will I be able to update the owner? Let's go to the Salesforce. Let's go to the workflow. Workflow field update. Click on continue. Let's click on a new field update. Let's take the case. Field update. Case owner. Now, here it says user and queue. User and queue. Now, if I choose a user, this user might be there today, might not be there today. This user might be there today, might not be there today. Right? So, in that case, whenever the case is created, now today I am going to specify the owner. Now I am saying that field update to change the owner. Now when this field update is happening, case, now let me go to the workflow rule. Let's take a proper continue. Now here I am going to specify the existing one. Let me open the existing one. Now here I have a field update. Field update, I click on this edit. Click on add a workflow and click on a new field update. Do I wanted to move it to the only single user every time? Here also I'm assigning to the single user. Here also I'm assigning to the single user. D is also having a one user in the role, and the second one change the owner. There also I'm assigning the single user. Which one is the right out of C and D? Which one is the easiest? Okay, assume that these two are the right answers. Now these two are the right answers. Now for an admin, which one is the easiest one to handle? This is also right one. This is also right one. But for admin, which one it is easier for to handle it? To update the workflow or to update the group? To update the group or to update the workflow? Which one is the easiest? Because whether I go for a workflow, I'm adding the one user. If I go for a updating the role also I have a one user I can add. But which one is the easiest, to update a role or to update a group? Role or a group? Let's say this is a public group. So whether it is easy to update a public group or whether it is modify the workflow. If you modify the workflow, now what will happen if you modify the workflow? Once the admin is done, then before giving to the client, I need to do the testing. I need to do the testing of the entire functionality that is existing in the workflow. So the testing will be taken another day. If there are any issues are found, then we need to fix those issues. All right. So modifying the workflow is which requires a lot of testing, and admin also need to do the testing. But if I change the public group, do I need any testing? I do not need any testing. Only the testing which I need is that this public group is used in which all are places. Which all are places this is used. Possible that this is used only in the cases escalated. So in that case, we will go for option D. Now the next one is, again we have a Ursa major universal container. Now universal container is an organization. This is an organization. In this organization, what is this organization is offers a variety of the products. Variety of products that are comparable to the products from the other companies. So this organization has a few products, variety of products. They are comparing with other products from the different company. They are comparing with products from the other company. Now, sales representative request a method to track the product strength and weakness compared to those offered by the other vendors. Now they are comparing here. They are comparing their products and other products. And there is a one person, sales representative. He is asking one of the person in the organization. They wanted to come up with a method or the method of the strength and the weakness. What are the strength and what are the weakness compared to the other product? What should the system administrator implement for this kind of a scenario? This kind of a scenario, what should system admin should be implemented? Competitors on the page layout, opportunity page layout. Competitors on the opportunity page layout. Products and price book on the opportunity line item. Big deals alert on high value opportunities. Strength and weakness fields on the company information. Now, one thing I can remove it, I do not talk about the company information here. We do not need a company information which I can eliminate. Now, in this scenario, which one could be the right? Now, let's see again. There is an organization. They have a variety of the products. They are comparing with the same products with the other company. Now, Salesforce representative requested, they wanted some methodology. They wanted some automation where they compare their product strength and weakness to the another product strength and weakness. B, okay. Why do you think B? Why do you think B? So can I eliminate C? Big deals alert on a high value opportunities. Okay. Now we have a two choice out of A and B. So we can products and price book. Okay. Now product and price book on the opportunity line item. Why do you think that we need to add this? If I go to the opportunity, if I go to the opportunity, in the opportunities, let's go to the opportunity. And in the related list, I have an opportunity line item. This is the opportunity line item. Product price book on the opportunity line item. Now, by looking at this, will I know strength and weakness? But how do I know that for which another organization? For example, there are two companies are there. There are two companies. This is one company, this is another company. In the real time, what we will say is they both are competitors. They both are competitors. This is the Dell company. Assume that this is the Dell company. This is the Deloitte company. This is the Deloitte company. Now they both are selling the laptop product. They both are selling the laptop product. Now this in the Dell company, what are the Dell company is that Dell company wants to compare with the strength and weakness of the another laptop. What are the differences between this laptop? Now there are multiple competitors are there with the Dell. Now there is another competitor which is like a Wipro. Wipro also selling it. Wipro is also selling it. Right, and there are few other companies also there. They are also selling the, let's assume this is a TWC. So they are selling the laptop. Now, there are multiple options are available. Now, by looking at this price, definitely this product price will tell me what is the price that we are selling in the Dell company. But how do I know that which company I am comparing it with? Which company I am comparing with the product? Now, this is anyway, this is available on the opportunity line item. I have a product and price book is already available. But if there are multiple companies are there who are selling it, multiple companies who are selling it. Now, how do I know that this price for which company I am comparing with? Which company I am comparing, which competitor I am comparing it? How do I know that? So here system administrator need not to do anything on this. This is already available. This is already available on that. It is already available by default, right? It is by default available. But here system administrator should be doing something implementation. That means finally I have a one option which is called as the competitors on the opportunity page layout. I should be having them because this is by default, it is available. I need not to do anything here. I need not to do anything here, which is by default, Salesforce is adding the product price book on the opportunity line item. So definitely it is a competitors on the opportunity page line item. Now the next one is now organization. This is an organization has a sales team focused on the renewals. Okay, they will use many of the same opportunity fields focused on the renewal. Okay, they will have many of the same opportunity fields as other teams. Okay, but need different stage values. Okay, so what they have is in this organization, there are different teams are available. They have different teams. Now, every team is using the opportunity. Every team is, there is a team 1, team 2, team 3. There are 3 teams are there. Every team is using the opportunity. But every team has a different level of stages. Different level of stages. Now, if I wanted to implement a different level of stage value, what should system administrator update to the support this requirement? Now, this is the requirement. This is the requirement. 3 different teams are having a different opportunity fields, the stage values. Now, how can we implement this functionality? How the system admin will be implementing the functionality? Now, let's see the option, stage selected values in the sales process, stage field pick list options in record types, field level security in the user profile, page layout to include the correct field. Definitely the wrong value is, wrong one is, elimination one is this page layout one. So they are talking about the single field. stage value. They are talking about single field stage value, right? But here they are talking about page layout to include the character field. So there is a character field which I already know. So there is a one elimination. Now out of these three, which one do you guys think is the right option or a right one where the system administrator should be doing it? B, okay. Why do you think B? Because of these record types? But did they mention anywhere the record types? They said they have a three teams. They have a three teams. But they did not say that three teams are using the different record types. They did not say the three record. They did not say anything here. The keyword does not match it. That keyword does not match it. Let me eliminate this. And next one is a C. Why do you think C? Field level security on the user profile. Now, they are not talking here. Team 1 should see the stage. Team 2 should not see the stage. Team 3 should see the stage. They are not talking about that. They are talking about values that I wanted to show. Values that I wanted to show. Right? So user profile level, what I can do field level security. Field level security, either I can hide the stage or I can display the stage to the different teams. Right? This will not work. Now finally, I have an option, stage selected values in the sales process. Stage selected values in the sales process. In the opportunity, we have a sales process. In that, we can select what are the values that I need to the process. Now, if they would have been specified here record types, right? This is the right answer. If they would have specified here record types, then that time I would say that the record type is the right answer. But right now they did not mention any record type, so I'll ignore this. So the right answer is, the left answer is only this one, stages selected values in the sales process. So I can say this is the one. Because profile level, I cannot handle, that is not there. Page layout correctly, this is not there. Now if 3 is gone, then finally that 1 is right. 1 is right. Now let me go to the next one. Ursa major, so that is the user. So this is the user, he is the administrator. Administrator need to create a custom fields to track the specific tie to support user. They wanted to create a custom field to track the specific tag support user on case record. What is the appropriate data type to utilize when creating the custom field? Now they wanted to create a custom field to track the specific tag to support user. Specific tag to support user. Now let's say that this specific tag to support is another object. It is another object, or it is a owner, whatever it may be. It is a owner. So that is a user, right? It is a owner. Specific tag to support user, right? Now definitely here formula should not be there, right? Hierarchical relationship should not be there. Now what should be the right answer between the A and C? And they wanted to create a custom field on the case object, which is looking for this user, in order to track whether user is updated, modified, assigned to queue, removed, or whatever it is there. Why do you think lookup relationship? And why do you think lookup filter? What is the filter here? right? So the right answer is right. So the right answer is lookup field. Lookup field. And this is the last one. Now let's see here. Now Ursa Major is a user. Recently purchased the 15 new Salesforce licenses. Okay, they have purchased a 15 new Salesforce licenses. This is question is about the license. How many users can administrator create the same time on the add multiple users page? 15 users, 10 users, 5 users, unlimited users. Definitely not the unlimited number of users, that is the elimination. How many users can this person will be administrator will be created? They have a 15 new Salesforce users. How many users can administrator create the same time on the add multiple user pages? Add multiple user pages. Okay, so this is the homework. The homework is create it. Now you cannot purchase the 15 licenses, but at least you know that how many licenses are available in the developer org. Now, how many users can you create at the same time on the add multiple user page? There is a add multiple user option is available. So when you go to the object, right? When you click on the add multiple users, when you click on it or add multiple users, how many users can you create at the same time? 10 users. Now, if you go here to the Salesforce, now let's go to the setup. Now here you have a user. Click on the users. Add multiple users. For example, I'm creating for the license, which is called as a chart XML. So 1 user, 2 users, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Right? Now this is by default, it is showing 10. Add more users, it will not ask. Now by default, it is displaying the 10. So the right answer is maximum 10 users you can create it. You can add up to 10 users at a time to your organization. 10 users, you can add it. So like this, you need to prepare for your exam. So let me show you that once you answer these questions, then you will be having it. Now, finally, if you wanted to cross-verify, like you have done with all the questions, now you wanted to review the again 1 to 30, whatever you have answered, you just wanted to quickly review that. So this page is, it's just kind of a alert. Before submitting the page, it is asking you to review the question answers once again. If any of the questions that you are down, for example, 22 question, I have a doubt. So click on this 22. It will take you to the 22 question. You can review that and click on the save and submit. Once it is done, once it is done, then you have a option. It is being chosen. Right. So you will get the result like this. You will get the results like this. So score out of 30, how much score you have received? What is the percentage? 87%. This is I have taken 2 days back. I have taken this. So 87%. So in this Salesforce fundamental 5 out of 6, 83%. Object Manager and Lightning App Builder 4 by 4, 100%. Sales and Marketing Application 3 by 4, 75%. Service and Support Application 4 by 4, 100%. And that means I have 6 questions. These are the correct answers. So then productivity and collaboration, out of 2 questions, 1 is the correct answer, 50%. Data and analytic management, out of 6 questions, 6 questions are correct, so 100%. Workflow and process automation, out of 4, 3 are correct, 75%. So total 87%, right? I have chosen the untimed. I have chosen the untimed. So in untimed, this is that's the reason it is given the 0 minutes, 0 seconds. Now, few exam tips whenever you are going for an exam, multiple answers. It is not visible. Okay. Right. So when you have a multiple answers, make sure that you choose the right combination. There is only one keyword is a different, or there is a one some choices are exactly same, but there is a might be you might see one information which might be different. So in the multiple answers, choose the right combination and review the flag. Whatever the flags are available, review it. All the details of a question answers. Read all the details. Do not leave even single keyword. Do not leave even single keyword. Is, was, everything should be read. We have to read it. So do not overthink. So sometimes what happens is we keep on overthinking on the question. We know the answer, but two answers are matching. We will keep on overthinking on that question. Maybe the C is the right, maybe the B is the right. But think as a Salesforce perspective, if I create this one, what will happen? Do not put your idea. Do not assume or do not put your idea. What is Salesforce is doing it? What is Salesforce is doing it? Put that Salesforce, what it is doing it, choose that answer. Do not put your assumptions. Time for a questions, 95 seconds in the real time. Like whenever you go for a certification exam, 95 seconds and do not rush it. There is every question you have a 95 questions. Every question, there are 60 questions. Out of 60 questions, you have a 95 seconds are available for every questions. So read it thoroughly and understand the question and then answer. Do not rush on any question. And keep hands-on practice because that is the knowledge. If you have a hands on it, then only you can answer this multiple choice. Because from the hands-on only, they are going to give us the questions. They are going to give us the questions. Now, in case if you are writing a first time, the exam, you need to have a web assessor credentials. Now, how to create a web assessor? Team will be explaining you, and you need to have a Trailhead account and a trial mix, because if you have any questions, you can post it into the trial mix, and you need to see the Trailhead live videos. What are the Trailhead live videos? Are they starting to get the Trailhead live videos? And certification days webinar. There are few webinars which are happening related to the certification days. And then practice the text. What are the tests is available, whether it is in-store or online. Practice it and communicate with the different groups. Either answer the question or you ask a question. Try to be active in the charter groups, whether it is inside the Salesforce with Swapna ID. We have a groups, right? So be active, try to ask the questions, scenario based ask questions, right? What are the scenario based you are hearing it from the outside? Try to ask in the group, be active in that, so that what will happen is you are getting a knowledge, otherwise also the other person is also getting the knowledge. Also, the other person is also getting the knowledge. So you are helping yourself as well as you are helping others. So always be active, try to ask the questions. If you are attending the interview questions, the interviews, then whatever the questions you have got it from the interviews, try to post those questions in the chat group. So let's see, if you don't know, somebody can answer it. Otherwise, if nobody is able to answer those questions, we can discuss on those questions. All the interview questions scenario based, we can discuss on one day. Whoever is not answering it, we can collect all the scenario based questions and we can work on that. So be active. It's not only you, everybody, we have to work as a team. We have to work as a team. So if you are going for interviews also, if you are getting any questions, if you don't know the answer, ask in the group, try to answer and see, being active in the offline, talk to the different team members, or if you anybody don't know, put that question onto the notepad or wherever that I can read for the scenario based questions which you are getting in the interview. So actual real-time certification is 60 plus 5 random unevaluated. Time is 1 hour 45 minutes. Pass score is 65%, 42 out of 65. Results you will be getting immediately. Within 5 to 10 minutes, you will be getting the results. Closed book exam. Right? So fee is 200 for the first time. If you are retaking, you need to pay $100. So this is the certification preparation, right? So that's all for today.